Hi everyone, Velvet here, and I have some stories for you today. But before we get started, can you please do me a huge favor and like, comment, and subscribe? It'll help the channel out and it'll get you more videos like this. Let's get to it. And our first one is from Character Listen 262. Am I the beehole for walking out of a makeup party my parents threw for me after my sister announced she had miscarried? I, a 24-year-old female, walked out of a congratulatory makeup party that my parents were throwing for me after my sister, a 30-year-old female, announced that she had miscarried. So the party name is probably confusing to some people, so let me explain. My whole life, I've been told that the day I was born was the worst day in our family because it was also the day my sister was diagnosed with cancer. This has been mentioned many times when growing up, and it always made me feel weird. My family hated celebrating my birthday, and when they would often ignore my actual birthday, wow, stupid, and chose a new date to celebrate me. Normally it was a few weeks after my actual birthday. This is because the day held no happy memories for them. During my 10th birthday party, not close to my actual birthday, but another late celebration to make everyone happy, my parents and sister decided to announce that my sister's cancer had returned and she was undergoing more treatment. All celebration died, and they had to send my friends home. When I turned 16, my friends decided to throw me a party to celebrate me on my actual birthday. It was a Saturday that year. My best friend's parents helped them organize it. My sister wasn't invited but decided to show up and started telling everyone she had another cancer scare. Oh wow, she just wants attention. 3 weeks before, my best friend's parents tried to keep her occupied, but she said she wanted to be there and celebrate me, but all she did was share almost all bad news. Okay, she wasn't there for you, OP. I wish you guys had just kicked her out, but that probably would have started drama with your parents. When I graduated high school, my sister announced her engagement had ended, and she cried the whole time, and my family decided to cancel the party. They had booked after because my sister needed comfort. Oh my god, suck it up, man. People get disengaged and broken up all the time. She is an evil person. She is totally just trying to mess with the OP. I finally spoke to my parents a few months ago and told them how awful it had made me feel to have all these things happen, especially the ongoing reminder that the day I was born was the worst day of their lives. I asked them if they realized how shitty it feels to know your family can't find any happiness, that you were born, and that you reminded them of your whole life. They apologized and said they felt so bad. Wow, I think this is the first time someone sat down with the people who are acting stupid, told them something, and they were able to actually self-reflect and see that they were being the beehole. I think this is the first one of these stories I've read. That's amazing. But back to it. They told me they would throw me a graduation party to congratulate me for my achievements. I also spoke to my sister, but she was less receptive to considering my feelings. Of course, she only cares about her feelings. Despite some reservations, I went because my parents appeared to be trying to do better. But then my sister showed up and announced she had a miscarriage to everyone. And the party died as the focus went to her. Her husband told me I should make non-family leave because my sister needed family around her. Oh, her husband's a JA too. But back to it. So I left. Took people 2 hours to notice, and when they did, they're all asking what the hell I thought I was doing leaving like that. Oh, screw them. And my sister cried down the phone to me that she thought I, above everyone, would support her. She asked how I could be so cold. Am I the beehole? No, OP. No, you're not the beehole. The beehole is your manipulative ghoul sister. She's getting off on causing you pain like that. Magically appearing when on your days like that. And no one's catching this? How stupid is everyone? Your parents should have just shut that crap down and took her out and dealt with that himself, because that was your party. OP, if I were you, as far as I'm concerned, that was it. That was the last chance they had. And I'd go no contact, and I would never talk to anybody. Your parents, especially that ghoulish creature that you're calling your sister, because they're idiots. They're all idiots, and they're making your life worse. They tried. This is their last hurrah. They failed miserably and fell for her manipulation again. That's done. Yeah, cut them out, OP, and go no contact, and just live your life. The way to rise above your imbecile like your sister is to do better than her. You know, you go make the money, go find a nice man, start a family, do whatever makes you happy, and just go out there and start killing it, and forget about these people. Cause leave them with themselves, cause this is all they're gonna have. This is nonsense. OP, not the beehole. I am so pissed at that ghoul, and no one can see it. No one but you has seen it. Jeez, man. And our next one comes from Throwaway Britaboo. Am I the beehole for refusing to eat my girlfriend's parents' ethnic food? Fake names used. Olivia, a 22-year-old female, and I, an 18-year-old male, have been dating for about 7 months. We met at uni and are both doing a BA in primary education. She's in her second year, but we met through the course Olivia is Japanese. Her family has been in England for about 8 years. Her whole family, but especially Olivia, are obsessed with English culture. I joke that she's a Britaboo, which honestly is quite accurate. She cried when the Queen died. On Wednesday, just past, I was invited to a meal with Olivia's family. This was a big deal, the first time I would meet them. I'd seen pictures and whatever, but never met them. She told me they're more relaxed now since moving to England, but they're still very traditional, and honestly, I'm still not too sure what that means in Japanese terms. I knew what it'd mean if someone here said their parents were very traditional, but not for a Japanese family. But anyway, I wanted to make a good impression, so I told her to instruct me how to behave in the house. And when meeting them, Olivia said she was really excited for me to try her family's ethnic food. That's how she described it, and I was looking forward to it also. Fast forward to the night, it was all going great. We sat down to eat, and this is where things went wrong. When Olivia's mom brought out the food, it was udon noodles. Oh man, that sounds good. With chicken. Oh, I'm so jealous of you. And a fried egg on top. Oh, that sounds like heaven. As we looked at the chicken kebabs, they called them something different, but I can't remember the name. I instantly felt embarrassed. I looked over to Olivia, who was smiling and signaling for me to eat. This is where I think I effed up. I just blurted out, "I can't eat this." I think over bluntly and looked at the mom. Oh man, OP, yeah. I thought there had been some mistake. I was raised and still am vegan. Olivia knows this. I thought she would have communicated it to her parents. Olivia looked embarrassed. I felt embarrassed. She was like, "Just try it, just try it." I told her no, I can't eat it if it's meat. Her parents seemed confused. I explained that I was a vegan, and they were like, "Why didn't you just say before we cooked?" And I just said, "I thought Olivia would have told you." I just looked at her. I felt so embarrassed, and she was still telling me to try it because you've never tried this type before. I refused to eat it. Olivia's mom, went and brought something else out, which turned out to have no meat, but the whole evening after that was incredibly awkward. After I left, Olivia messaged me, and we had a huge fight. She said how I embarrassed her by not trying the food. I told her I couldn't try it even if I wanted to. I've never eaten any meat or any animal products in my life. If I had eaten it, I probably would have gotten sick. I asked why she didn't tell her parents I was vegan. She said I thought I would just break it for one night. That's not how that works, and this is coming from a guy who's not vegan. She said her mom was disappointed she had to waste all the food she had cooked for me because it was so expensive. Man, that is crazy how one man's heaven is another man's hell. Because that sounds like heaven to me. Oh, I love all types of food, and Japanese food is not cheap, so I'd be happy to get a free meal. But Obey, you are 100% not the beehole. She knows your diet. She knows that you don't eat meat. That's the first. If I was dating a girl who didn't eat meat, which I wouldn't because we'd clash too much, but if I did, the first thing I would say if we're doing a thing with food, "Hey, so and so doesn't eat meat. Can we do a non-meat thingy for her?" You know what I mean? I assume that's why I get where you're coming from, and you assume she would tell them that because that's an important thing when you're doing things with food. So I'm not blaming you, OP. I'm gonna say you're 100% not the beehole, and I'm gonna say your girl's the beehole because she went, "Oh, I thought you would just give up what you've been for your what sounds like your entire life for one meal." No, 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 no. She shouldn't have been starting this fight at all because she is 120% in the wrong. She's the one who put you in this embarrassing situation and embarrassed herself because this could have been solved. All she had to do was tell him, "Hey, he doesn't eat meat," because the parents were able to go and get you something that didn't have meat in it. So this whole situation was brought upon herself. So, P, you are not the beehole. And please send the food my way. I will happily eat it. And our final one is from Bobley. Am I the beehole for being ungrateful for my Nintendo Switch? This happened a while back, but my younger sister, we'll call her Minnie, brought it up the other day, and I have no idea if I acted like the beehole or not. Basically, my dad promised me a Nintendo Switch if I did well on my exams. Prior to this, myself and my three sisters shared one console. Ooh, that sounds awful. I was really excited to hear this, as the Switch we were currently using also had a massive splotch in the middle of the screen. Long story, my youngest sister fell asleep on it. The reason why my dad offered one is because I had been saving up for one because of the splotch in the middle of the screen, so he just gave me a better incentive to do well on my exams. Well, the results times roll around, and I get straight A's. Here's where I could be the beehole, though. Minnie's birthday was a week after my results, the day after that year. So instead of buying me a new Switch, my dad bought Minnie a new Switch for her birthday. That she didn't even want, and gave me the old one for myself, even though I'd probably have to continue sharing it with my other two sisters. I was really upset about this, and I told him I'd rather just buy a new one myself and didn't want the old one. I thought it was really unfair, but he maintained that I was an ungrateful beehole, and that I was not allowed to buy a new one myself. Why the hell not? That's your money. You can do whatever you want with the money you're saving. Jeez. Either use the broken Switch or get nothing. Minnie was upset about this too, as she didn't mind using the old one, but had to take the new one as it was her birthday present. So was I the beehole for being ungrateful. Edit. This didn't happen recently. I had just turned 17 when this happened. Got my first job and sat aforementioned exams at 16. I'm only asking about it now because it keeps being brought up, and my dad still insists I acted out of order. Okay, just going on this, no, you didn't act out of order. You acted pretty grown. Your dad acted like a child, and he was being a prick, and he was acting out of order. He promised you a new Switch if you had gotten good grades on your scores, and you did. And even then, okay, fine, he was being a prick, and he didn't give you the Switch. He went back on what he said, which that's happened with my parents, not going back. When they said, hey, we're going to get you this game, if you do this thing, they got me the game when I did the thing, because that's what we agreed upon. You know what I mean? And I think that's why, another reason why I love and respect my parents, because they were never unfair to me. But it sounds like he was being a prick to you, and he just gave Minnie the new Switch, and you said, hey, you know what? That's cool. You screwed me over, you're a giant prick, but I'll just go get my own Switch with the money I've been saving. And he went, no, you can't spend your money the way you want to spend your money. Yeah, your dad's 100% in the wrong, and you're right, and yeah, he's a giant friggin' prick. Not much advice to give you because it sounds like this is, we're way past this already, but in this situation, your dad was 100% in the wrong. 100%. Thank you for making it to the end of the video with me, and can you please do what I said in the beginning, and like, comment, and subscribe. It really and truly does help the channel out, it helps it grow, and it helps you get more videos like this. Velvet out.